Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. So happy to be here with you today. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I had a wonderful night's sleep. It is kind of early-ish morning from here in Washington State, Northwest America. And I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for your beautiful, kind, gentle comments and the subscribes and just your overall energy. And I want to tell y'all how much you've meant to me over the last couple years. I know all y'all haven't been here all that time, the year and a half, but I've been going through a lot and working hard on overcoming and transforming. And, the last month, January, was just something. I think I was just going through the last ends of a broken relationship, something that I thought was sacred for over 30 years, and come to find out I wasn't married to a God, I was married to a devil. But we learn a lot from these things, don't we? Especially about ourselves. So as I've been trying to finish this relationship up and work through the last of the pain and the heartbreak and everything, I noticed this last month that I was really going through a lot. And then last night I had this wonderful dream, first time I've had a dream in years, that my ex had gotten married and I was at the wedding. And lo and behold, I walked him to their car to go away and put him in and, hi, congratulations, and shut the door, right? And I watched as they drove away, and God Almighty, I woke up feeling so like I had passed something, I had made it through, and I was on the other side. Like, I was like, yeah, I wish you all the happiness in the world, and I did, because I wish myself all the happiness in the world, too. And, reviewing the relationship this last month, like all month, I was reviewing the last 30 years of my life, and I'm so sorry, I probably gave the worst reads ever, but, I understand that I was going through that last phases of that death, and I was being reborn on the other side of this issue that I have been going through for 3 years of breaking away from a mindset where I set my mind to think that this was something that it was not. And breaking through that illusion was not easy for me, but I did it. And I am now on the other side. And I just wanted to share my joy with all you guys. I wanted to let you know that, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and I see it. I am in it now. It's a little over the top, I know, but I can't help it. It's been years since I felt this good. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love all y'all. Thank y'all. And this reading is for the Divine Feminines. I should have said that in the beginning, but I didn't. I get ahead of myself sometimes. My mind goes so fast that it races way ahead. So just deep breath. I love you guys. Thank you for allowing me to share that with you. Thank you. I love y'all. You are my family. I've been locked and pinned up in this room. Not pinned up or locked, but I have hermited myself into this room waiting for him to go. And it was only a dream. But it means something to me. It means that I have shut the door. I've shut the door on caring. Hey, and that's okay for somebody that, for after, like I say, it was the devil I was married to, a lying, deceitful, backstabbing, cheating, act to my face like I was the best thing in the world, or that I was what he wanted, and then behind my back choosing everything but me. So I feel good today, and I love you guys, and I just want to share it. We have Sagittarius prominent today. Even though we are in Aquarius, the moon is in Sagittarius. So the inner world could be broadening, expanding, which is happening with me, right? I've given up a lot of stuff so that I can bring more in. And I'm very excited today. So let's see what the dice are going to tell us. Oh, we got Pluto, or yes, that's Pluto. Ooh, breaking things down. And we got 5, change. And Leo, fire. My moon is in Leo. So, yeah, I love that my moon is in Leo because it gives me fire and water, emotional fire, right? And I'm really, really pleased with my birth chart. I am a very blessed human being. But like all humans, we have to go through things to bring awareness and wake us up. And this is absolutely what I've been through, an awakening to truth, to my truth anyway, and being able to work my way through the labyrinth of that truth to get my ass out. Right? And so I have. And so we have big change here. We've got Pluto breaking poo-poo, okay? Smashing it and splattering it all over the place. And we got 5, a change. And we got Leo, which is fire, and heart, big heart, right? Okay, I love you guys. Look, I got these new cards. I am so thrilled. They are called the Wild Unknown Archetypes. And since they're new and I don't know them very well, we're just going to use one card off the top. And then we're going to talk about it. And, well, I'm actually going to read it. And then we're going to talk about it. Okay, so they're kind of stiff and not easy to shuffle, but I think we can get them, good enough to where we'll be happy with what we get. And let's see what the Holy Spirit would like to tell the Divine Feminines today about how beautiful, strong, and resilient you are, how your inner child can bring you through anything if you just hold her hand and go in and love her. And she is the goddess within. She is the one that knows everything. That's right. And we bear with it, right? If we've got the issues, we bear with it and love ourselves and find patience. Here we go. The vow. 54. The vow. The vow. And it come up straight too. So I'm going to set this here in my little crystal. And I'm going to set that up there. Doggone. Here. Let me use this. I have to make do with what I have, you guys. And I have a beautiful rock here, so we're going to see if we can't use it to get this in there. There we go. This is called the vow. Our vows are very important. Okay, let's see. And that was 54. This is called a tool. The vow is a tool. The vow. The promise, the oath, the contract. When the vow is spoken, the air shifts, and marriage is a vow. Karmic ties are formed, and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness, the laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten. so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promises. So, our promises hold, a lot of power within our psyche. And if we make a promise and we do it through a vow, then there needs to be a ceremony that shuts that promise off and closes it down. And it kind of brings me to my dream where I smiled and shut the door and waved goodbye. It was over. When I woke up, I felt it. It was the end of this season. And so, I'm bearing witness to it, and I'm exposing it to you guys that anything can be done. Good things can turn to bad things, and sometimes bad things come into our life and there's nothing we can do about it, but we have to protect ourselves and shut ourselves off from that. And then the vow is broken. Once one stabbed someone else in the back, they have broken that vow, and there's a lot of complexities that comes with that, of finally making the breakaway. And so I don't know about you guys, but I feel like today is the day of my first day of totally being free of ever consciously thinking of allowing myself to go back. Because I was afraid. There were times I was afraid that I would actually want to go back to him. And it terrified me. It terrified me because he treated me so vilely. And I knew that if I went back, that it would be the end of my soul. That I would never be an independent thinker again. That it would all be, he would feel like he won. And I hate to describe it in that kind of terms, but that's the way it was. And, the vow has been shattered and broken, is what I feel. And I've worked on that for 3 years. 3 years. Literally in my mind, cutting cords and, meditating and thinking, no, I will not go back to nothing like that. I will never, ever do that. Okay, ladies, I hope you have mercy on me today. And, you too, guys, if you're out there and don't think, just understand that I'm sure you do, that sometimes things hurt. So with that being said, we're going with the good messenger, because we don't want no spilling over today. And we understand that these things, we're talking about vows. I made a new vow. My vow I made to God. I vowed and gave myself over to the power of the Spirit to help pull me through this. And God kept his vow to me as well. She, mother, has mothered me all through this. And I called on the mother for this. I've never called on the mother before because I didn't have a wonderful relationship with my own mother. I was always looking to a father figure to comfort me. I was always looking to a man to comfort me because I had a bad relationship with my mother. But I know for a fact Mother God stepped in because I had a vision of her. She showed herself to me. Did she look like a god? Hell yeah, she did. She looked like the wildest, smartest, bravest cave woman you ever met in your life. Barefooted, running through the fields of wheat. I almost think that she could have been the archetype of Virgo, because Virgo is always carrying the sheaf of wheat. And they portray her as an angel. And the archetypes that are in our astrological signs are so important that we really need to look at those. But she was barefooted and she had hair wild and she had skins on. It made me think of Eve because, and she was running out of a flying saucer, a spaceship. Now, you can't make that shit up. You know that. You know you can't make it up. You know it. she was tremendously powerful. She had galactic power. She opened up a wormhole, and it is physically possible to open up a wormhole. If you go into science and study science, you will see. But you'll also see, in order to open up a wormhole, you have to be able to control a galaxy, because it takes that much power to create a wormhole. And that's where our black holes come from. I'm almost positive of it. But anyway, let you tell you, there was a black hole. She did it, and I fell through it and met her at the bottom. You think, my God, she's got a heck of an imagination. That's what I thought too. But things just kept happening and happening and happening until I answered the call. Have you got your call? Has Mother called you to stand up for the divine feminine? Because that's what I've been doing. I've been standing up. I will not ever go to a man that has ever treated a woman like that again. And I will never allow him to think he can get away with it, no matter what. That's right. I answered the call. Mother called me. She called me about 10 years into this relationship that I'm in now. And it was very unfortunate that I hadn't had good relationships with feminines because of the trauma I suffered at the hands of my own mother. I almost denied it, you know. But she wanted me, she needed me, and she kept on for me to show me what love was. And doesn't it say in the Bible, God will show you to love first, and then we can love back. We learn love through the love of God, a mother's love. That's where we learn love, our first mother, our mother. Some of us don't get the beauty of that. And I praise God that the Mother of the Universe stepped in to show me that a mother's love is so important, and to teach me to be, she gave me a call to be a mother. She called me to be a mother of everybody, to mother us all, to mother myself, to mother you, to mother the children, even to mother those who have hurt me. As the dream, I smiled at them, and I was glad they were moving into a new life and happiness. It's okay. That's what I want for myself. And so therefore, I want that for others as well. And so it's better to wish well to those who have hurt you than to dwell in that pit of pain they caused. Because as you wish them well, you're wishing yourself well too. And I realized that throughout this whole thing, that he was full of trauma, and that what he did to me was only done to him. And I didn't know that. All those years, I didn't understand that. But I do now. We always want to, watch and understand the people that are around us, because if they are full of pain and trauma, so too shall we be. And if we're full of pain and trauma, so too shall they be. The new thing will be people healing before they get together. And then that would be a beautiful relationship, right? And understand that healing is throughout the relationship. We don't stop. We answer the call. We have to continuously heal ourselves from little things that break our heart or hurt our feelings or make us feel small, because we're not small. We're born in the image of a great creation. The whole universe is within us in miniature form. But do you know that when I looked up things, that this little rock in miniature form has more power than this one? Because when it comes to geo measures of of earth and things like that, it's the small things that hold the most power. This here is a crystal quartz. It's for cleansing and, cleansing your energies, and they are live. Look up Tesla. He'll tell you the quartz are alive. They have special energies that can transmute the energies that we have in our bodies. This one here is just for overall cleansing. This one here is for the ego, to make sure that it keeps the ego cleansed, which then would be self-esteem, right? We would always walk in our self-esteem to where, love for all is available instead of only love for oneself. And, we don't want to be in our ego. I never want to be in my ego because I love to love. I love to love. And I woke up feeling so good and loving this morning, and I just wanted to share that. So I had to jump on here and tell you guys that if you get the call, answer the call, because mother creates, mother gives birth, mother does these things. And we must never forget that. The power that we hold, the power of life, the power of death, the power of overcoming anything. To live for God. To live for God. In other words, to live your life, to know that you're on this planet, to understand that there are going to be troubled times, but to live for them anyway, to live through them towards the next happy point, to heal through that hard time and get to that next happy point. That is the whole part. It's about elevating yourself up and releasing and being in a position where you're observing and no longer a part of that life. I have been in that position for a while because we were both homeless when all this happened, and we got this house, and unfortunately, or fortunately for me, really, I didn't have the heart to put him on the streets. And that's why I moved into this room. He's now in the place where he's getting ready to get him his own place. And, but the thing is, it was just being around it all the time. It really hurt. It was really hard. And, I had to slowly observe the situation and release all those things that were in my head that I had made these vows to. We make vows. Sometimes we make them, we don't even know it. We'll tell ourselves, I'll do this forever. Uh-oh. Maybe we don't want to do it forever on down the line. Maybe we should never say it's going to be forever. Maybe we should say, as long as it's good, it's good. But when it goes bad, just like food, you throw that shit in the garbage. You get rid of bad food. See there? So you're throwing the bad things away. Those are thoughts, bad energy, because the thoughts affect the heart, and there comes the emotions. So, just like we throw bad food out, we throw bad thoughts out. We don't allow that, and that takes strength. Look what's on the bottom here, Divine Feminine. It takes strength to throw out the bad food. It does. It takes courage to throw away things that aren't good for you, because sometimes we become addicted to them. We want them, even if they're good for us or not. And it takes a lot of strength and a lot of time, as it has taken me over these last 3 years, to work through this. And as I was saying, don't ever put a limit on yourself and say it has to be done now. And that's what God told me throughout this whole thing, because, working on it, separating yourself from those things that no longer serve you well, from things that hurt, from things that bring chaos, from things that, it might look pretty on the outside, but doggone, the inside is like, it'll bring a tower. You don't want what's in there. You want to burn that shit and let go of it. Release it. Step back, step away if it doesn't serve you well. And I don't usually like to talk about these kind of stories, but because of the dream, because of the closure I've had, I really wanted to share it with you. If it makes you upset, just let me know. I love you. I understand. It could be full of triggers. And I have been going through triggers. To tell you the truth, I've been listening to tarot card readings to get triggered so I'd get tougher. There I go. Blah, blah, blah. I promised I was going to be softer and gentler now too. I don't have to be so tough. It's over. 3 of fire. Magic is happening. You see that boat floating on air? There are things happening in the air right now. Fire. Oh yeah, we got Sagittarius, right? The moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, this is making magic, exploring, broadening the horizon, right? Thinking and feeling and experiencing new things, and that's Sagittarius. And guess what? The moon was square Jupiter as well. And so Jupiter is all about expansion, learning new things, growing up, growing out, and growing over. It's also about making an aim at something and pulling your arrow, and letting Sagittarius hit that mark. Hit the mark. Aim for your dreams and then pull the arrow, take the action, and hit that mark. And this today was my mark, where I woke up and not a thought about it was in my mind, and that I was going to celebrate. And look, it might not last forever. I might, healing takes progress, but today is the day that I know I have crossed the line to the other side. Page of Waters. Look at her, walking on water. She has crossed the line. She made it. And we all can. We just have to believe in ourselves. I believed that I was worthy of getting through this and making it to the other side. And I believe anybody that's going through a dark tunnel right now out there in your life, if you are, you will make it to the other side. I know I can. I know I can. I know I will. I know I am. I am. I can. I will was my mantra over the last 3 years of breaking this vow that I made to somebody that I thought I would love forever. And it was a blood vow. I don't do that shit no more. I don't play with blood. Because I believe, I know there's power in it. It's life. Five of fire, big change. Big change for me. Big change for all of us. We all might be seeing things in a new light, in a new way, in a new fire. Yeah. Butterflies, new life. Yeah. New life. New life coming for all of us. New life coming for you, and a new life coming for me. Okay, Holy Spirit, what do you suggest for the next steps that we take? Maybe I should get a new deck. Let's see. We're going to go with the moon. We're going to go with the wee moon deck. I love this deck. Was made completely by women. And all these drawings on this deck were drew by women from all around the world who have been working for years towards the spiritual awakening that we're having right now. While we didn't even know what was going on, these women have been working since 1940. So if you ever want to look in the calendar, is awesome. It tells you always where the moon is. It's got poems by empowered women, and it is the Wee Moon 24. So just look up Wee Moon, and they have their own little store, and it tells you every day where the moon is and all the signs that they're in. And it's just a beautiful, overall beautiful book. I love it. I read it every day. And it's been a lot of help in doing my tarot too. So here we go. We have passed into the future here. We see, right? Through fire and water. Through fire and water, we made it to the gate. And those are the two powerful entities that support our life. The magician, it's magic again. Powerful transformation. The Amazon daughters. We are the daughters of the Amazonians. We are. And here we are today in power, changing the world, bringing in new life through our very own children who don't think nothing like we do. Their mind is very expanded, very broad. And I watch children on TikTok and stuff like that and shorts. And man, we have got some geniuses coming in, which I'm very interested in children because, it's going to be their world someday. And we want them to be empowered. We want to empower our children. Yeah, with creative fire. We want to make sure our children know who they are and are strong in their power because they're going to lead, guide, and direct our world. But we also want them to be humanitarians, to support life in general. All life that God created is what we want our children to be, and they will. And listen, those old people with those old stagnant rules that they have held over us for years are about ready to get bumped off their seats because the youth are coming in and they're taking back the world. They're taking back this world. And you know why? Because we are empowering it. That's what we want. That's at one time in life, 100 years ago, we taught our children to know their place. Now we teach our children that this whole planet is their place. It belongs to them. Gift of life, aloha. My God, that's beautiful. This is the water crone sage. This is Grandma speaking. That this world belongs to our children, and we want to teach them that they can do anything, that they can achieve anything. Anything. All you have to do is set your mind for it. And just when you think you're done and over and you're going to die, God will come in and say, try harder, you can do this, get through it. Teach them that. Try harder, you can do this. You can do it if you really want it, you can do it. You can do anything if you really want it. If you really want it, you can do anything. Even divorce the devil. Magic. Magic. Look, I don't believe in a devil. Okay, I don't. What I believe in is people who get hurt other people. And that's how I believe. And, he was hurt. He had a lot of hurt in his life. And that helped me to understand why he did what he did to me, which helped me to overcome knowing that, he wasn't just a heartless man, but he was a man who had his heart stolen from him. That's magic. That's the magic of understanding others and why they do the things they do. And that's why it's so important to teach our children to work on their healing and to tell us things that they need to tell us, that they don't have to carry the burdens of things from childhood that happened to them that they could never speak of. There are things that happen in childhood that children sometimes can never speak of. They don't even know the fucking words. That's why we got to make sure we talk to our children about everything, and in a way that lets them feel like they can talk about anything as well. Because sometimes children get put in places that they shouldn't be, and they experience things that should never be experienced, and that will ruin their life. And I know that very well. Regeneration. It's the time of regeneration. It's the time we watch and protect our children and make sure we understand what they're going through as well. I understand that adults are going through a lot. We go through a lot, but always take the time to talk to your children, to ask them what happens when they're in places that they are not with you. And you know what I'm saying without saying too much. You know that I'm loving you right now, and loving you and loving your children, and working to prevent anything that would hurt their lives, to bring horrible things into their lives before they're ready, right? Because we need to treat our children and keep them young and let them enjoy that childhood before they're introduced into things that are adulthood. And it's not always easy, is it? Because we have to work, and our children go to babysitters and daycares, and they're surrounded by other people all day long. Mothers don't get to keep their eyes on their children like we used to. So talk to them. Bring out everything, ask them about their day. How did it go? Talk to them about dangers. Talk to them about the dangers of how, to say no. Or I'll tell my mom. No, I'll tell my mom. Teach them that. Teach them this, that they have a right to speak and they have a right to say no. Let them know that. I wasn't allowed to say no. My upbringing was if I even dreamed of saying no, I'd get my face smacked. And it wasn't easy as a young woman because I was taught not to say no. And can you imagine? Right. I didn't think I had a voice. So I'm telling you, teach your children they have a voice. You have a voice. Use it. Change. Healing ourselves. Change. The change on this planet is going to be about healing. Healing. Hurt people hurt people. And that is one of the things that stressed me out about the whole thing, because I loved that I was kind and gentle and nice. And I prayed about this because it made me feel different about people after this happened. Like I didn't have so much more love and gentleness and kindness. I was impatient, frustrated, going through the pain and the hurt and the heartache. And it really hurt me because my most normal self is gentle and loving and kind and wanting to share with others. And so this whole experience kind of made me a little bit fearful of how I would come out on the other side. But here I am. Continued healing fives. We got 5. We got 5, 5, 5 because the dice had 5 too. And we got 5 right here of fire. And we have 5 of earth here. It's just a continuous healing. We're always healing ourselves, working ourselves through writing, journaling, exercising, moving the energy around, listening to water videos so that your emotions will come up that you need to work on. Healing is very important, the healing journey. In fact, I think I'm going to call this the Divine Feminine's Healing Journey. Dreaming. 6 of water. Moving forward. dreaming. My dream made me happy. It told me I had shut the door. Da, 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 and moving forward, right? That's right. Yes. And very independently so. 3 of water. Love makes a family. I feel like you guys are my family. I love all of y'all. The comments, from you guys are so sweet and gentle to me, and you have been a lot of the support through this last 6 months, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys and love you guys. And I'm going to end on this: love makes a family. That's right, love makes a family, and I want you to know that you guys are my family, and I love you very much, and I'm very grateful to have you here. And with that being said, what else? I just want to tell you I appreciate your patience and your kindness. And, life is a wonderful mix of anything that you can imagine in it. So make sure you imagine things that are going to fulfill you. Let your mind be full of good things, positive things about yourself and what you can do and accomplish. And if you run into a rough spot, become your own cheerleader and tell yourself, I can, I will, I do, I am, I can do anything. And believe it, because you can. You're full of magic. You don't know it because you just use it every day. But you are. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to look for my wand. There it is. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going to shut down. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know, if you guys got any ideas, comments, questions, ideas of reading, something fun to do, just let me know. I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.